Not one, not two, three Dancong. Let's taste and compare.
Hi guys, this is Brian from nannuoshan, where we share the pleasure of drinking and discovering genuine farm tea.
And this is Gabriele from nannuoshan. Today we are comparing three different Dancong. One of them is already online actually, and the other two are also already online, but just since a few days. So we thought let's make a comparison because all three Dancong were harvested in spring 2020. So we have no bias from the harvest time, right? And yeah, those are the three here. Let's bring maybe one after the other towards the camera so that you guys can look at the leaves. And by the way, we actually haven't checked the pricing because Dimitri did all the description and he has this Excel table where he can read the pricing. So we didn't check the pricing before doing the video. We don't know which one is more expensive than the other, but we will tell to you guys so that our comparison is not affected. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the first one is Yu Lan Xiang, which I tried to bring close to the camera. Let's see if that works. I don't know if you guys can see that. And Yu Lan Xiang means magnolia blossom fragrance. So
Okay.
maybe a floral Dancong, let's find out. And I said it was harvested in spring 2020. The one here in the middle, let's bring it closer to the camera here. It is Ya Shi Xiang. That is a less romantic name. Ya Shi Xiang means duck shit fragrance. That's the way they called it. And here we have another one that is Xing Hua Xiang. And Xing Hua Xiang means apricot blossom fragrance. So we have two tea that should taste like a blossom and one tea that we don't know. We want to find out. So let's do like this. We need three guy ones, three pitcher.
Okay.
So how we do? Like this will be a bit crowded here. Take that one. So I take this one here.
And each of these is 4 grams.
Right, 4 grams each. Yeah, 4 grams each. We weighted them in advance. Actually, for 2 of them, we know even the date when they were harvested.
Hey Gabe, before we get started, what do you think visually from the dry leaf? What differences do you
All right,
see?
yeah, let's see. Well, let me know your thoughts. Actually,
Okay.
one is very clear difference. Actually, one
Yeah.
one really sticks out, right?
To me, this one's dark. It doesn't have a lot of, unless my light's wrong, doesn't have a lot of green in comparison to these two. So
So this is the
maybe
Yu
the
Lan
light's different for
Xiang.
you.
No, well, yeah,
Do you-
I would say this is the much greener than the other two.
Yes.
So the Yu Lan Xiang is much greener than the other two. So this is the Yu Lan Xiang, and this is the Ya Shi Xiang. Sorry, it's a bit loud. So let's see. Yeah, that's
So greener, less green, least green.
right. Yeah.
Leaf quality. These are actually a little bit smaller, it looks like, and a little bit more intact. So these are probably least intact. Fragrance is not super powerful, probably because we leave them in an open gaiwan.
Yeah. But let's see with the wetland leaves and
Yeah,
then it
it
comes
should
out.
really come out.
I put just a tiny bit. Let's do a quick rinse. Why not? One after the other.
Here's a piece of trivia while you're rinsing. I'm pretty sure, I believe, magnolia is related, the plant, to Camellia sinensis. So it's interesting that they called it
Right.
magnolia blossom.
Magnolia is they have the same gender. So magnolia is also a camellia. It's not a
Right.
sinensis. Yeah, right. You're right. Yeah.
And here in North America, we have a couple magnolia trees as well, species.
Yeah. I wonder if the guy that gave the name to the, first to the
Oh, if he
bush,
knew, yeah.
if they knew that. I give this guy one to you because you know how
thank
to
you.
treat, right? It's a bit tricky. All right, so Yu Lan Xiang And now we have here Ya Shi Xiang, and there Xing Hua Xiang. Okay, now can. So that's we say this is the most green in the leaves.
Smells like it.
Yu Lan Xiang.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, there are two different kinds of Dancong. We have the bouquet style and the classic style. So the bouquet style is the most aromatic, the least oxidated, and the classic style is a bit darker. And we have actually done already a video with Caroline where we try to explain the difference between the two. So we will put the link in the description below and on the screen, and you can check that out if you want. And we will find out also about this one. So this is very, very...
This smells like apricots, which is so fitting. What does that
smell?
Does this smell like duck shit?
No.
Actually, this smells like almonds to me.
So it's supposed to be the apricot blossom fragrance, but it's definitely more fruity than this one here.
Oh, yeah.
So floral, fruity, and what about the Ya Shi?
I think that's nutty, like an almond.
And it's definitely more intense than the other.
Yeah.
Did we say at the beginning it is the darker? Let's compare.
Yes, this was the darkest, greenest, second greenest. Wet leaf, same thing, yeah. This is the green's coming out a little more here.
Yeah. Let's try to show that to the camera.
Oh, yeah.
So that's...
So greenest.
We have to hide ourselves behind the cup for the camera to zoom on the cups.
Hopefully you can see that.
In your garden, we have to set up here a overhead camera somehow.
Yeah. I need to convert the whole thing to a studio back here.
Okay, so let's steep them. I will keep about 15 seconds between each other. I mean, we have two of us, but just to avoid... I mean, just go by feeling here.
Quick story time. This is my least favorite Guy one. But what's interesting about it and why it's my least favorite is because the lid fits too well, which I think is a good learning point on Guy ones. The lid should never fit too well, right? Because if it fits too well, when you're trying to shift it to pour the tea, it's not going to pour quickly. It's also too deep. But basically, when it fits down in here, it's almost like a suction. And it's very difficult to get off sometimes.
Yeah, and actually, you know that sometimes we have customer that complain, they say, look, the Guy one, the lid, doesn't fit precisely round on the shape of the Guy one. That's meant to be like that. Yeah. Because otherwise, it's very, very hard to steep.
It's impossible, because what happens is it's suctioned, and then you try to pour it, and it's stuck, and then you have to pull it off, and it's a big mess.
It is, yeah. Okay, well, let's see how they look.
Okay, I wish I had 3 transparent pitchers. This already looks really green. More greener than I would expect, just the liquor.
Just the liquor, yeah. We will show that in the cup soon. And let's have a look at these.
Okay, well,
it's
similar.
also fairly green, but I think less.
A little darker,
I think less, yeah.
In a few seconds.
Yeah, we
see how bad this is.
The fact that nannuoshan in the US sells only tea and not TEAWARE is a problem, because we don't get Brian supplied with good TEAWARE, so we don't have 3 transparent pitcher. I'll have to send you something over. When I go, in a couple of weeks I go actually over to Germany. I should bring you some stuff back. Which order would you like to go? Shall we go?
The aroma in this one's really fantastic.
It's really strong. Yeah, it's really.
It's almost buttery on that. That's really interesting. Did you get a whiff of the apricot?
It's definitely much less floral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that one.
And there is a tiny sharp note, at least with respect to this one here.
I guess you could say it's fruity, like a citrusy, fruity, sharp note, sort of.
So let's start with the light one. What we think is the light. Sure. I mean, I don't know. That's the Yu Lan Xiang, so the magnolia. And actually, the Yu Lan Xiang was introduced on the nano. Well, it's not that bright.
Yeah, not too much different, really.
Yeah. The leaves are much darker from Ya Shi Xiang, but actually the brew is very similar.
Yeah, the aroma is very beautiful aroma.
Floral.
That's really nice. It's not what I would have expected. It's lighter, a lot more floral, a lot less base notes than I would have expected.
Baseness.
Base notes. Like
Base notes.
Lower register tastes, flavors.
Very summery tea.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very, very hot today in Denver, actually.
We thought we were going to have to battle with the sun because the sun is setting, but now the clouds have rolled in. It's feeling much better.
That's much better.
We won't be sweating as badly.
Yeah, before I was sweating just setting up the... Oh, look at these. This is actually... Look, the color is lighter.
I drink mine too. Maybe.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's that one. It's a tiny bit lighter in color than this one that was similar to the... so this is Ya Shi Xiang, that was similar to the Yu Lan Xiang. So actually we have, surprise, surprise, that although the leaves of Xing Hua Xiang, apricot blossom fragrance, were darker than the Yu Lan Xiang, the brew is lighter. Let's see the taste.
Oh yeah, so it's similarly light, similarly summer tea, but you definitely have the apricot notes. I'm getting that 100%.
Cool.
Yeah.
I need to do the next tip stronger. It is too light for me.
Yeah.
At least for my palate, right?
That's okay. First tip, I would rather have too light than too heavy, right?
Also because when you ruin a tea, brewing it too strongly, it's pretty much over, right? You cannot recover it too much. Yes?
Okay. And this is a flavor I'm more familiar with because I've had this tea a lot. For some reason, this tea is very popular. I wonder if it's because of the name is so catching. But this is exactly what I expected.
Yeah, that's the typical Ya Shi Xiang. I'm really... From the taste profile of Yu Lan Xiang and Xing Hua Xiang. Xing Hua Xiang is fairly rare, actually. I don't know what to expect because it actually is a fairly new taste. I tasted through my life a lot of Mi Lan Xiang, Xing Ren Xiang, Ya Shi Xiang, and I know what to expect from that taste. And sometimes, there are 11 different base Dancong. So when you go to Fenghuang, you have these big posters showing the mother tree of each of the 11 cultivars, and some of them are actually popular and you can really recognize the taste in that. Some other, maybe it was forced, defining a tree with a specific taste that maybe was not that characteristic, or maybe has been a little bit lost over the years.
Sure.
But Ya Shi Xiang remain a very, very characteristic taste.
Which is strange because they're all clonals, so you'd think they would keep their...
Yeah, but you have plants mutate much faster than humans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So to adapt, if you just clone, you can have mutation very quickly, actually. So even the same plant can mutate.
Okay. And so at this point, it's clones of clones of clones of clones, and they're...
Yes, exactly. So you don't know exactly how far you are from the mother. And then, of course, the terrain, the fact that the mother tree is a big tree. And these are trees usually, but it's kind of in between tree and bush. It's this medium tall size that is somewhat in between. All right, so let's warm it up back to 90 degrees. We are steeping at 90 degrees centigrade.
Do you want to get rid of these for now?
Can we get another sip of the Yu Lan Xiang?
A little bit left of that.
Sorry, this bench is very loud, but... That's how it is.
I need what? Hey, does nannuoshan sell fragrance cups? The tall, thin cups that you
not yet,
not
but
it is coming.
It's coming.
Wonderful.
So actually, they are already on stock.
Perfect.
And actually, they are popular really in Taiwan nowadays. In China, they don't use very much. They are only used for oolong anyway. And we have these artists from Jingdezhen.
Oh, wonderful.
We bought a series of articles from them, a wonderful picture, really nice. And then one or two guy one, and he had 2 cups. And then I asked him, can you please try to take that tall cup and fit it into the small one? And it fit. The past of tea, it fit. It fit perfectly. And so, look, that's it. Because you guys have asked it a lot, so we will have it. It's just, give Dimitri some time because The poor guy, he has been working so hard in describing the new product.
And he's on vacation right now.
Right now he's on
Can't expect
vacation.
too
He's
much.
coming back in a few days. But
I was just thinking it'd be great for this because I'm catching the aromas, but this one is so delightful. I'd love to get a nose full of it. As weird as that sounds.
that's the point, you know, that it's really meant for oolong that are so
Sure.
aromatic. Yeah, you wouldn't use that cup. I wonder. I mean, how does it work with, for example, shampoo?
Now there's a video idea.
Yeah.
Tasting cups, different types of tea.
Yeah, maybe we could do that
'Cause I
when
think
we launch the tasting cup.
Hey, there you go.
Which I don't remember, which is the name of the tasting cup, smelling cup actually, in Chinese. I asked it recently, a friend, but now I forgot how to say that. Yeah. Put more effort in studying Mandarin here.
The brews are going to be a little different here too, right? Because we're using ceramic, thick glass and thin glass.
Yeah, in terms of temperature cooling down, although we are brewing one after the other, I don't think that the guy one cools down much faster.
Okay.
So now that they are all warm,
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
in terms of affecting the taste, they are all neutral. That, by the way, actually, many people ask me, "Oh, Gabriele, you never use Xing in your video." I never use Xing because most of our video are comparative video. We will want to describe the tea, and so we don't want to affect, to be affected by the Xing, especially
Right.
for when we do comparison. But actually, Dancong at home, I steep it most of the time in a small Xing that I have dedicated to Dancong.
Okay.
So, you say you're not a fan of Xing?
Yeah, but I'm not a fan, but like in the silliest reason possible, which is I don't like to clean it. Gaiwans, you can just take off the lid, scoop out the leaves. With Yixing, you have to take off the lid and then kind of get the leaves out with the scoop, which doesn't sound that bad. But I am always super nervous I'm going to break the Yixing, and so I'm
I see.
cleaning it out. I'm nervous it's going to break too much. Plus, I do like the neutral aspect of Gaiwans in general, which you can get from a teapot if it's ceramic or a glass teapot.
I never broke an Xing. But
You should not have said that. Because
oh shit! I had a customer actually that once came in the tea house. They asked if they could do gongfu cha. They asked for an Xing, and you know how the story ends. So yeah, and what do you do? I mean, they were new to tea. You cannot really charge. Say, oh, sorry, you just broke at 200 euro, 300 euro.
Yeah, yeah. So Gabe, you and I were talking yesterday. It feels like a lifetime ago. So yesterday we were going around town and we went to a distillery and they steep tea and then in the liquor. Anyway, the process is above me. Anyway, one of the teas we were talking about that would be good as a process in infusion in liquor was Jinchuan. Tying this all back together, this to me has a little bit of a Jinchuan aroma. It has that buttery, milky aroma. Jinchuan's a milk tea.
Or maybe texture.
Or texture.
Yeah, it's more that Jinchuan has that milky, buttery texture that makes the tea a bit thicker than water in a way. Yeah, it has, especially in this second steep, I would say.
Yeah, this steep is a lot more developed. That's good. So the aroma is so fantastic.
So about the price, because we said we don't know the price, but you should know. So first of all, we give the price for 50 grams of each. I don't remember now if we will put out 50 or 40 grams, because sometimes Dancong don't fit, you cannot fit 50 grams in our pouches.
Yeah.
But we will put now on the screen the price for each of them for 50 gram quantity for comparison. So we have here the Yu Lan Xiang that for 50 grams costs so much. Ya Shi Xiang that cost so much. And then we have Xing Hua Xiang that cost so much. And then we will find out which one we like the most.
Honestly, I'm not sure which one I like the most yet.
I want to compare actually
Not even close.
The Xing Hua, so the apricot, with the Yu Lan next, or head, how to say? Because this one is so characteristic that sticks out.
I'm actually having a problem because when I drink tea, I really like new and exciting flavors, new and exciting things, try new varieties, whatever. and I'm so used to this that it's hard to give it a fair field of play because I really want to kind of pick one of these two, but it's just because it's new and exciting. This is just a really good tea. You know, I may be used to the flavor, but it's a really good example.
I want to do really, how do you say that in English? Head to head? We say head to head in Italian, actually.
Sounds good to me.
Testa. But I don't know how to say that even in German. Or like one to one, maybe?
Oh, yeah, sure. Side by side.
Side by side, that was it.
But testa testa sounds good too.
Testa. Well, it's certainly correct. So this was the Yu Lan Xiang. Okay.
I think this one, well, I don't know now.
I just, without the reason, but I like a little bit better the Xing Hua Xiang.
I was going to say this is the most characterful. It has the most interesting character.
This is nice. It's even more floral, but here you have a tiny bit more complexity to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's richer in a way, although it's also very aromatic.
It has a, actually I didn't pick up on the first steep and now we're getting it. So it has the apricot, but it also has a background of like almond or something. And I think that adds the complexity. It has kind of the three different flavors going there. The general flavor you'd expect from this kind of tea, but then it has the almond and apricot, which is interesting because the aroma is less interesting than this aroma, but you don't pick up nearly as much of that. But on the actually drinking it, it's really interesting, really complex.
Wow.
I would like to play with this one though more. The magnolia blossom, the Yu Lan Xiang, because I feel like I want to get whatever I'm smelling out of it, and I'm not sure if it's the vessel or just time of day.
Shouldn't be the
Sometimes
vessel.
it shouldn't be anything different, but who knows? Maybe change the water. Who knows?
Yeah, that's the point. Actually, we are steeping. We should mention that we are using tap water, which in Denver is not too bad, but is also relatively mineral rich, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard. So the water here has a lot of silica in it.
Which is really bad for Dancong, I have to say. So if we would use here really spring water, it would make a big difference on Dancong. Not as much as in other teas, but Dancong that is so aromatic is really affected by the hardness of the water.
Now, actually, I could fix that because I have a water pitcher over there that has filtered water.
That's
completely
filtered.
Yeah. So we could do another round if you want to.
Well, but probably now.
Yeah, now
it's also we have done that's already the third steep with 4 grams. So I mean they could do more, but okay. Let's. I haven't waited much time, so yeah. Because I really want to make a ranking today. I want to, so for Gabriele would go for this, then that. And why? So I already picked actually one between the Xing Hua and the Xing Hua Xiang and the Yu Lan Xiang. So I'll go for the Xing Hua. But I'll do now another time a comparison between those and really feel the heat here. Although actually Denver is so much better. I mean, I couldn't really film during the day on my balcony in Alabama.
Oh yeah.
That would be really, right now so hot.
So you're leaning towards one or the other. You're leaning towards.
Yeah. So between those two, the Xing Hua and the Yu Lan, so magnolia and apricot, I would go for apricot because of that additional level of complexity and maybe a bit of minerality, a bit more mineral.
What I'd like to do, maybe we can post in the description of the video. I don't know. I'd like to cold brew this one because I feel like
the Yu Lan Xiang.
Yeah,
we
I feel like
that.
bring out that smooth, buttery sweetness.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fantastic.
Okay, let's try. We do a cold brew tonight. How do you want to do? Do you want to do a cold brew where we brew it hot and then we cool it down, or you
Why
want
not
really
both?
to do
Do
both?
both. Yeah, we'll brew it hot, chill it down, and we'll also do cold water and leave it in the fridge as well. So
Okay,
little bit
and then
both.
we'll see how tomorrow morning goes, and maybe we find a way of putting our comment at the end of this video. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
Sounds challenging, so let me not
Is it-
mix the things up.
You know, so
Yeah,
Gabe at the
sure.
beginning described this as a summer tea. I think that's right on. And when I think of summer tea, since I'm from the southeast of the United States, I think sweet tea. Oh, and you know, because you're in Alabama now.
I am southern than you.
Yeah, that's right. And I want to try it. And also the other thing, you know, the South has magnolia associated with it, so it's all confluenced. I think it could be really good, cold brewed.
Yeah. An aromatic tea really render well in cold brewing.
That's true. Yeah. White tea does pretty well at cold brewing. It's kind of one note, but it has that aromatic as well.
So I tell you, I mean, it's not so much a matter of quality of the
Yeah, I
tea, but I personally really like Ya Shi Xiang. So for me, really, for my personal taste, the winner is Ya Shi Xiang. Although I have to say that if we speak about how balanced the tea is and all components, how they interplay together, then maybe objectively I would go for the Xing Hua Xiang.
Yeah.
Because the Ya Shi Xiang has this additional strength and this characteristic taste that is there that makes you something like something. You know, when you have when you like a certain ice cream, for example, then you have that characteristic taste of that specific ice cream that you search, and you like it because there is that one taste that pops out. And this is the same with Ya Shi Xiang. I associate it with Ya Shi Xiang, and when I really smell that taste, I really enjoy it. But I don't know, for some reason, this one I find it a bit more balanced, and maybe a tea that those that really like more less aggressive tea would enjoy even better. Yeah. So that's my call.
Less aggressive. You mean tea that is?
They are not so much in your face in a way. Yeah, that is a bit
okay.
more delicate,
Oh, I
but
see.
nonetheless soft.
This one's more
nonetheless
delicate.
complex. Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with all that. I don't know. I think I have to make a decision. So that's unfortunate.
That's your own taste. I mean, you can put if you're unsure, just put them at the same. You know.
I would never do that to the viewer. I am going to choose tea number 3. I think it's the complexity that does it for me. But honestly, I think I'm biased because I just had the others so much. However, holding reservation, tea of the summer, summer 21. This might be the tea because there's something here that I'd like to play with and try to pull out that fragrance as a taste. Yeah, super undecided. Tough choice.
You haven't made the choice yet.
No, I haven't made a choice. I just played around.
Just you know. Okay, but let's let's look at the leaves. Very different indeed. This is the tricky one
Yeah, the worst guy one.
ever. Not a nannuoshan guy one, but we
It's
won't tell where where you bought it. Okay, look, I mean, it's very interesting that these two, the magnolia, Yu Lan, and the Xing Hua, the apricot, are very similar in terms of wet leaves.
Yeah.
So in color, this is a tiny bit lighter, but similar. While, as you said before, the Xing Hua Xiang is much darker. So here you could definitely say, also based on the taste, that the two on the extreme in the dark picture are more bouquet style. With this definitely characteristic bouquet style, this is somewhat leaning towards classic, and Ya Shi Xiang just a classic one. It's a bit darker. Well, Brian, first of all, guys, if you're enjoying watching this video, don't forget to subscribe our channel and to give us a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. And now we go in the kitchen, we make those cold brew, and we will see tomorrow morning what comes out.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Bye for now.
The next day.
So Brian said that the magnolia fragrance Dancong was a good call for a cold brew, and you started preparing cold brew, Brian, and he has got a little bit experimenting, trying different things. How many cold brew did you do at the end?
We did 4.
4 different
Four
cold
different
brew. So at the end, guys, we have to do a dedicated video to try these new methods for doing cold brew. So it will be the video right after this one. So just wait a few days if you're watching this video when it is published, and you will have the follow-up.
See you then.